work. So, yeah. So, yeah, I saw a lot of people, there was some conversation on Facebook going on where they were dissing on the taste of butterbeer. So, okay, somebody, we need a butterbeer bomb. Just saying. Butterbeer bomb. It'd be really good. Yeah. Just send that right along to gotmeadlive@gotmead.com. Thank you so much. And we will give you credit when we talk about it on the show, and call out your name and praise you, and as we are drinking it and blowing the foam off the top of our frosty mugs.
So I guess my bomb is going to be using whatever I can get locally, because I don't get Fairmade K. I get what my store sells.
Which is what, just like yeast nutrient, like?
I get yeast nutrient, which is DAP, and then I get yeast energizer, which is probably something close to Fairmade K.
That's all I worked with for years until somebody started getting up in my case about you need to buy Fairmade K, and I'm like, but my brew shop have been selling me yeast nutrient and yeast energizer, and that's what I had.
Yeah, how did you find it made much of a difference when you switched?
I don't know. I think I got maybe a little bit more vigorous ferment, but honestly, I don't think it made a humongous difference. I mean, I'm using it now, and that's what I'll continue to use because, it's kind of the industry standard. But, I didn't even know it was out there for the longest time. I'd see it on the shelf and go, I have no idea what that is. I'm going to buy the stuff I know. And, and so that's what I did. So, but, I didn't notice that it made worse mead before than it did after, Well,
for me, the O made a big difference.
Did it?
Fermate O, yeah, it's a much cleaner ferment. It never smells chemically, or not that it did with K really, but it's a I don't know, just cleaner. It's the only way I can describe it is that it's just it smells good and tastes good the whole way through. I don't know. I don't even use K or DAP anymore. I have them sitting there. And I have a huge, 2-kilo bag of O.
No, I feel like a piker, man.
In a spoon.
I buy those little bitty bags, because I wasn't going through it very fast, and I didn't know if it was gonna, die or something. I mean, go bad. So,
Yeah, they don't sell it in very big bags around here.
Yeah, I mean the way my guy packaged
well,
it, that's just the way I got it. I've never actually ordered it in ginormous bags.
Yeah, we did a group buy on Got Mead about I want to say a year and a half ago, maybe more.
Oh, okay.
And we bought it. I get a shit ton would be the amount we bought. So.
Metric or imperial?
I think imperial. I think.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, I think we agreed that a shit ton was an actual amount, and that you could trace it back to medieval times, and there was a crap ton or something like that was an actual word. And Pete was the one who found it, and he posted it up, or something, and it was just cracked me up because it was because we're always saying, a metric butt ton. No, it was a butt ton. That's what it was. A metric butt ton is an actual amount of stuff, and that's it. It has its roots in 14th century something or another. I have to go back and look it up. But it was just really funny because it was oh my god, a butt ton is real, and it has an amount associated with here's how much a butt ton is. Here we are rambling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Ryan pointed out that we do too much rambling and not enough talking about mead. So the next 2 weeks we're going to try to tighten this up a little bit to try to come back and
we'll have we'll do a rundown. We'll have a rundown.
Yeah. We'll come back and have a not a kinder, gentler Got Mead Live, but a more focused and hard hitting Got Mead Live. So it'll be kind of Got Mead Live, Fox News edition, something, I don't know.
Oh, come on. We want real news, thank you.
Yeah. Well, no, the fake news is so much more entertaining. I mean, come on. Real news is boring.
I have friends who watch the Detroit news station as entertainment.
Oh, yeah. Most news stations are entertainment, in my estimation.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You gotta watch Miami local news.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It's just I don't let my kids watch it. It's rated R.
Oh, golly, that's not good.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah.
It's just because it's Miami, you know. It's all those. See, that's what happens when you let all those snowbirds come down there. See what happens?
Right, it's all the Canadians' fault.
No. It's mostly New Yorkers. It's not Canadians. It's, you know,
Oh, okay.
it's all the folks coming down from the
Yeah.
northeast, and they all get on I-95 and keep going until they run out of road, you know, or until they hit the Keys, whichever comes first.
Yeah. We are the southernmost borough of New York.
Yes, we are.
Everybody here.
I thought you were the southernmost borough of Quebec.
Oh, is that where Quebecois go to?
A lot of them.
Oh, golly.
Yeah.
You know, funny, I've never been.
That's Hollywood. Oh, you gotta come.
Never been to Miami. Always wanted to go to the Keys, just because it sounds like a really funky, chunky place to go. I think we need a meadery
It really is.
Keys. I think that would be really cool. Key meadery, you know.
I'll get right on it.
Yeah, you should. You should get right on that. You're closest, so you need to get working on that. But don't you think it'd be awesome to have a meadery in the Keys?
Absolutely, it would be
Like
fantastic.
in Key West, you know. I mean, wouldn't that be perfect?
It would. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that would be like the most obvious place for a meadery. I mean, meaderies are cool and awesome, and Key West is cool and awesome. Perfect fit.
There you go.
I'd have to do Key Largo just because I like the movie.
Oh, well, yeah, Key Largo is good, too. But, you know,
It's also closer to my house, Key Largo.
This is true. Well, it's not as far down the highway, but think about it. Okay, they have the Santa Claus convention is in Key West, so there's one opportunity for marketing, and then there's there's some weird big thing they have that where everybody wears more often than usual strange clothes and goes rampaging through the streets and but in a good way, you know. And there's great deal of drinking that goes on, more than usual, and you know that I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it's called Fantasy Fest.
Thank you, Fantasy Fest. Yeah, so it's like more than usual because I mean, granted, Key West is kind of a little like that all the time, but it's kind of like that only on steroids. And
Because, you know, I was going to say, what, Friday?
yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say. That's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Spider Robinson fan, and one of his books, the whole book takes place in Key West, and it was
Oh,
they
God.
did a lot of description of like the sort of day-to-day operations of Key West, which was kind of interesting.
Haven't read him in years.
Oh, he's awesome. Read everything he's ever written. Actually met the guy once.
Cool.
Yeah, shared mead with him, as a matter of fact.
There we go, back on topic.
Did you like
There we
it?
go. I brought it all the way
There we
back
go.
around to mead. So, all right. So, all you guys out there, bomb contest. Come up with your favorite bomb recipe, and you have to tell us. And it's got to have your variation on it. If you don't want to make up a brand new one, it's got to have your variation on it. What you're gonna do. Give us the recipe, and then what we're going to do is I guess we'll have to swap all these around and get the people who are doing the tasting all on together, and then we'll have to say what we think about them. I'm not sure how we'll do that yet, but we'll figure something out.
Well, I did that about 3 years ago. Remember when I sent out all the little bottles
Yes.
to everybody?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, that
you
was
did.
3 years ago?
Was that 3 years ago? Dang.
Yeah. Or more.
The years are going by way too fast, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those little 4-ounce bottles are great for sending stuff around.
I still have the
vinegar
packaging
samples,
somewhere.
I believe, is what I...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to fabricate more of an answer to the question, where do I start?
Okay.
And where I'm starting to tend towards this is try a JAO to figure out if you like mead.
Okay. So that's sort of
And
that's the gateway recipe. then.
That's your gateway recipe. That lets you try it with nothing you can't get in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And if you do like it, then start a bomb and get the equipment you need for real mead making instead of cheating with a Joe's Ancient.
Okay. So new mead makers out there that are listening or live or recorded. So a JAO, for those of you who are going, what the hell is she talking about, is a Joe's Ancient Orange Mead. JAO or JAOM is what it's often called online. The basic recipes found in the Got Mead forums and also in the Got Mead recipe section on the main site. It is a basic, foolproof, easy to make mead that anybody can make. You need no special equipment. You need nothing that you can't pick up at your local grocery store. And if you follow directions, and okay, this is really, really important. Now you listening? If you follow directions, it will make a pretty good mead. It's not going, it's going to get you in trouble if you try to enter in a competition or something because it's not standard mead making procedures, but it makes a pretty good mead. This will let you know if you kind of like this stuff. It's going to give you a place to start. So,
yeah, it'll let you know if it's something you think you might be interested in making again.
Correctamundo, yeah. And so what AJ's saying is your next step then is to go to a bomb. Now, for those of you thinking, bomb? Oh my God, that'll get you arrested. No, it's a BOMM, stands for Braised 1 Month Mead. You can find some of the recipes. The main recipe is available on Got Mead on the forum. It'll also be available on the Got Mead recipe section. I'm going to try to get this updated here in the next week. And also on denardbrewing.com. DENARD brewing.com. And I know I'm mispronouncing his last name.
I think it's Denard.
Denard, yeah. So
sorry, Bray.
Yeah, sorry, Bray. denardbrewing.com. And he's got all of his recipes there. And that will let you make a really good mead using pretty good mead making techniques. And you'll need to buy a few pieces of equipment, but nothing real fancy or super expensive. But you'll make a good mead in less than a month, and your friends will be following you around begging you for it. Just saying, be prepared. And
then you can get them to buy your next packet of yeast.
Exactly. Packet of yeast, hell, I get them to buy the honey. And then I give them 3/4 of the mead and keep a quarter for myself. That's the deal. That's always been, when people say, Vicky, make me a mead, I go, great, here's how much honey you need to buy. Here's where you can buy it. And they go buy it, they bring it to me, and then I make the mead and give 75% of it to them and keep 25% for myself.
Whereas what I do is when someone says, hey, AJ, can I buy a bottle of your mead? I say no, but I will trade it for a kilogram of honey.
I've done that too, yeah, where I'll swap it for honey. So, yeah. But, so if you want, that's your second step is a bomb mead, because that lets you learn how to make mead properly. And sets you up really, really well for, especially if you've purchased a patron membership. Little plug here. You purchased a patron membership at gotmead.com. That will really set you up well for going in and making some of the award-winning meads that we have in there that are much more complex. But this will teach you the techniques that will get you going in that direction, so that you have a much better chance of a complex mead coming off and not being vinegar water that you have to dump down the sink.
Yeah. Now, if you're also interested in winemaking,
Distill, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in learning the techniques and how to use your equipment, buying a cheap wine kit is not a bad way to go either.
No, it's not.
Especially if you start with one of the the way I started myself was I bought one of those winemaker starter kits for about $50. And a wine kit for about $50. So, it's sort of minimal investment, and I had equipment that would be useful for other things later. And so what I ended up doing was realizing that a 5-gallon batch is really big. That's a lot of bottles, and oh my God, how am I ever going to drink this much? And then, of course, I drank that much, and,
well, and all your friends
it's not that big of a... It really seems daunting at the beginning, but starting out with a 5-gallon batch is not terrible. I personally prefer the 3-gallon batch size because it gives you about a case.
Yeah.
And, I can lift them. I don't have to call someone else to help me lift them if I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, very true. But I'll tell you what, I remember, when I finished my first 5-gallon batch, these many years ago, and got it into bottles. I'm standing there looking at 2.5 cases of wine that I made. And I was just so proud of myself, and it was an okay mead. It was not like ginormously great mead or horrendously wonderful. It was okay mead. But my friends, many of whom had never had good mead at all, all thought it was pretty awesome. So I took like a case of this with me to a Renaissance festival. Yeah. Things got rapidly out of hand after that, and very little of my mead survived that I wanted to hang on to because literally, I mean, they followed me around. They would come to the house.